Howdy folks, hey, it's good to see you. Welcome back to the channel, man. We're going to do a rap session talking about the good old financial freedom, financial independence, man, the rat race. We're going to be talking about elements of the rat race and what it means, dude. We're going to delve deeper into what it means to be someone who appreciates these things, right? So, on this channel, man, I've been hitting these themes hard. And that has been rewarded immensely with a huge amount of views, a huge amount of subscribers. And I've been thinking lately about who you guys are that tune into this channel and appreciate all these things I'm talking about, right? Like, what makes you tick? I'm going to imagine and take a couple of guesses about who you are as a viewer, okay? So, I imagine that you're somewhat like me, okay? I'm a conservative person, okay? I come from the south of the United States. Now, granted, I have a lot of viewers, man. I have some people commenting from Aruba. I have some people that don't look anything like me, all right? So there's people of all walks of life. But I am a conservative. And it seems like people who are steadfast in their self-responsibility, self-reliance, man, they're go-getters, they're out there building things for themselves. It seems to be like they are more conservative. Now, I'm not saying that you are a diehard Republican or that you're a Bush Republican or Reagan-era Republican. I'm not saying you're a MAGA era Republican. I'm not saying that at all. You could be a Democrat. You could be a Bill Clinton era Democrat. Okay, you may have even voted for Barack Obama. But bottom line is, it just seems to me that if you are fiscally responsible, that you do have elements of conservative ways of thinking, that you do not want to be reliant on a big government, at least for your own self. For yourself, for your immediate surroundings, you are taking care of business, man. You do not want the government in your business. You are the one that's taking care of your own business. So I suspect that a lot of you watching this, you're aware to that, man. You want out of this cycle. You're trying to break this cycle of just like being in the rat race, and you want to take things into your own hands. And so that's an assumption I'm going to make about you, all right? And let me know in the comments below if that is correct or incorrect, okay? So you want self-reliance. You don't want to be reliant on the government. I also suspect that you are a bit suspicious of the government. You have doubts in the government. Okay? Because somebody who is trying to put away for the future, they're trying to save, they're putting away money, man, you might even have a little bit of food stocked away in your house. I'm not saying you're a full-on prepper, but you are prepared. You probably don't have faith in our government to solve your problems. You don't have faith in the government to always give you the truth. You may not be a full-blown prepper. You may not be a full-on like 9/11 questioner or conspiracy theorist, right? You may not be all those things, but you at least question the narrative that is set in front of you, okay? So, like, people who lived through, let's say, I don't know, the Dust Bowl, the Great Depression era, those people had a hard time trusting the banks of the day. Man, those people, what did they do? A lot of them had physical assets. They purchased real estate. They had physical gold and silver. My grandparents are like that. I don't think they really felt like the full-on brunt of the Depression, but their parents most certainly did. So that's an example of people who did not trust the banks. They did not trust the stock market. They didn't trust all these institutions. They didn't trust the man to take care of everything. Okay, so you know the most recent example is maybe the 2008 housing market crash. So we lived through that, and I was just a young whippersnapper back then. But you saw the government bail out certain, you know, like auto manufacturers. Like maybe that was a little bit after that, but you get the drift, man. Like the subprime mortgage crisis and in the subsequent events happening, like banks were bailed out, General Motors I think was bailed out, all of these things. And then you have, man, this is like an adjacent thought, but you have like the withdrawal from Afghanistan, whatever you think about it, whatever administration was doing it, whatever. Like the era of 9/11 entering into a long drawn out 20-year conflict, and then our exit from it, and then not like a clear like what happened. You know, it's almost like Vietnam. It's like what happened, right? And then that's in the backdrop of the 2008 housing market crash, the Great Recession. Odds are, if you are aware to your finances, if you're in tune with your finances, then you are also this type of person that is surveying world events, man. If you are in tune with the stock market, you are paying attention to some world events. Okay, that's just is what it is, man. You are aware that we're at war with Iran, and you're aware of what the Strait of Hormuz is, and how that's going to affect the economy, and that's how that's going to affect your stocks. That's who you are. Okay? That's who you are. So I'm not trying to go super political in this, because I can't assume everyone's politics. And here on this channel, I really try to respect everybody who gives me the time of day, who watches my channel. I greatly appreciate anybody who tunes in, any of your likes, any of your comments, okay? So hopefully I'm not turning you off with any political talk. I'm going to try to stay in the center here. However, it's very hard these days, and I've made reference to some other videos in that. You know my persuasion, okay? So, but you're here a lot. Like, nevertheless, you're here. All right. So I'm painting this picture, man, and I think we're gonna see how everyone responds to what I say on this channel. But I don't think that, like, when you discuss your money, it seems like a lot of these YouTubers, you discuss your money, but you're going to get into other facets of your life. And I've referenced that, man. I've talked about marriage, because your marriage goes hand in hand with your money, your bank account, how you manage things. Like how you manage your money is also how you're managing your life and what you do in your personal life. So everything is so entwined. I don't think I'm going to be able to get away from these other things. I think I'm going to have to tap into these other facets that affect your rat race, man. Like, you're running this race, you're chasing the cheese in front of your nose. Every single one of you is, you know, you're trying to date, or you've got a girlfriend that's driving you crazy, or you got a wife, man, and maybe that's going super good, or it's bad, or it's going super good and you're annoyed, man. That's spouses, we all annoy each other. But all the themes, they play into each other, man. And so I'm thinking about you guys viewing this, and you're just like me. You are just like me. You are going to work, and you're bringing home a paycheck, and you're just trying to figure things out. All right, you're coming home at the end of the day, and you're looking at the world around you, and you're thinking, dude, what is going on, man? What is going on in the world that I'm in? Dude, like, there's Trump, and then there's freaking Iran, and then, you know, Tucker Carlson is over here piping off, and then you've got this Nick Fuentes character piping off, and dude, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know who's in charge. I don't know who's really running the show behind this government. All I know is I've got my family and I've got my job, and I'm trying to just keep everything together. And I was talking to my buddy last night, and And we're like, what do we do, man? Like, what are we gonna do realistically? Like, how are we going to affect change? I don't know. We don't know what we're doing. But he made a great point. He said, look, you've got to get your circle. You got to get people around you that are like-minded, that share your views, right? And so maybe, I don't know, maybe that's what this channel becomes. I don't know. I don't know where we're going. I don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of change happening in the world, man, with this AI stuff, and with the dynamics you have between men and women, and the way politics have changed in the last 10 years. Things aren't looking as red and blue as they once were, man. They're not, dude. You have in the Republican Party, you have a large disconnect with young people who are not happy with the direction that the boomers have taken things. And then you have the leftists, you have the Democrats, and the boomers. The boomers of old, man. My grandfather was a Democrat, loved Bill Clinton because he played saxophone and Bill Clinton played saxophone. My granddad was just like the good old clean cut, just treat everybody like you want to be treated, but left leaning. Like grew up in the days of I don't know, the Bill Clinton days, man. So you've got those boomers, and then you've got the completely crazy boomer liberals, and then you've got the crazy leftist youngster liberals, and and then there's a lot of moderates in between that are just regular people, man, that they see the craziness on both sides, and maybe you're tuning into this, and honestly, man, like the way things are these days, sometimes I don't even know where I fit when I really step back and think. Because the way with some of these people on the right, these war hawks on the right, Lindsey Graham, he's now passed away. Man, like when I reflect and think about people like that, I don't see myself in that category. I don't share the same values as he does. But it all seems rigged, dude. It all seems like it's orchestrated and it's rigged against all of us. You've got all this insider trading that's being done. These politicians, they're putting their family members, their friends in positions of power, and then they just hit a button, and then boom, $200 million just spawns out of nowhere into their bank account. An example that came to mind, Ilhan Omar. She's worth like $200 million. It's like, how did she do that? Meanwhile, you and me, dude, we're just going like this. We're going like this. We're just normal people, normal lives, going like this, just trying to figure it out. 8 to 4, 8 to 5. I'm getting fricked up, 5:30 in the morning to whenever at night, just like this, and we're supposed to do our duty here for 30 years and do this, and then shut up about it, and that's it, man. I there's just a lot to this discussion that I think we're gonna have to flesh out, fellas. I don't think we're just gonna only be able to sit here and only rant about our bosses. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm still gonna do that, but point is, there's some larger things at play that I think are worth discussing, and so if I go in some of those directions, don't be surprised. Okay, I'm warning you now, but there's just so much to this. There's so many layers to the rat race when you really think about it, that it's hard to stay focused. However, it's one of those things that the algorithm, the channel, it rewards consistency in one direction, man. Like, I want to stay laser focused only on finances and money and not stray off too much into the weeds, but man, it's hard to do that. It's hard to do that. And I don't want things to get stale. I don't want things to get played out. So anyways, man, it's been blazing hot here. The sun's going down. I've been trying to enjoy my evening a little bit. This week's been super tough, man. But I'm taking call tomorrow, and it's on into a new week. We're going back on trauma call. We've been off trauma call for a week, and now we're going on it, and we're about to get lit up here at the hospital. So, hey, thanks for joining me on the channel. Thanks for coming back. I hope I earned your subscription. I hope I earned your like, and I hope I earned your comment. Let me know what you think below. Until next time.